What is good, you guys? We're back with another installment of the Day on the Hardwood, and today we got another big game from Paul George. So the Clippers win with a big game from Paul George, and this entire series, he's been playing hard. He's been being aggressive going to the rim, getting to the foul line. He's missed a couple big free throws. People be getting on him for that. He's been a little bit inefficient in some of these games, although being aggressive. But today he put all that aggressiveness together, especially in that third quarter. And also on top of that, he was just hitting everything. And he had a signature Paul George game. That snatch back on Chris Paul had him feet like that, falling three. That's nasty, bro. Paul George is one of the most skilled players in the league, and this is exactly why I've been rooting for them in this series. I couldn't root for them in the Mavs series, but since then in the Jazz and the Sun series, I've been rooting for them, and I'm glad to see another big performance from Paul George. In the first quarter, although having a decent one, I think with 11 points, he just seemed a little tentative, He just didn't seem as aggressive as he was in the third and fourth quarter. And Mark Jackson pointed him out on that. He was like, the stats look good. He was 5 for 8, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. But he just wasn't like being third quarter Paul George. He wasn't being aggressive, And he ended up doing that in the third quarter. I'm super glad he did because, boy, oh boy, if they went outside like this, although the Kawhi Leonard is out, it just still would have been kind of disappointing that it just went out in 5, That would have been kind of disappointing, and boy, did ESPN want the Suns to win in that pregame show. They were talking all about the Suns, all about these teams before that had the worst record 4 years ago, 4 years from the time that they were in the conference finals and getting to the finals. They're bringing back all this history, talking about Chris Paul, talking about DeAndre Ayton. They barely said nothing about the Clippers. They were ready for the Suns to win this game. I bet they wanted to just for the ratings thing, supposedly, but the Clippers stole the show. And another two big pieces from that as well is DeMarcus Cousins, Marcus Morris, and Reggie June Jackson, bro. Oh my goodness, another huge game. 2 big dunks, hitting threes, saucing people up for the floater at the end of the quarter. Man, did he have another big game. And somebody's going to overpay for Reggie Jackson, and it may work out in their favor, Reggie Jackson's going to get a big payday from somebody. I have no idea who it is, but after this playoffs, he looks like a star point guard, like for real. He looks like a star point guard. He looks like who he thought he was in Oklahoma City. He looks like the guy that believed that he was better than Russell Westbrook. He looks like all of that. You know what I'm saying? He has ultra confidence, that confidence that made him think that he was better than Russell Westbrook, and he's showing up right now, man. He is big time. He's big time, bro. He's like a for real playoff second option, bro. Who thought that would have been Reggie Jackson? Like 2 years ago, he was like, it seemed like he was dying out in Detroit. Like when you go to Detroit, you go there to die, especially. And he came back to life in Los Angeles, and he's had a huge playoff run. Patrick Beverley. Let's talk about Patrick Beverley, man. I am what you would call a Patrick Beverley supporter, but I know he does some stupid stuff. And when he does that stupid stuff, I laugh. You know why? Because the people that get mad at him and the people that hate on him and all that, y'all know he wants y'all to do that, right? Y'all know that's what he's like. That's what he's looking for. He wants everybody not to like him. He don't want nobody to like him. So I just laugh. I'm like, yep. Him doing that, him mocking Chris Paul, he wants you to be mad. He wants Chris Paul to be mad. He wants all those people to be mad because that's the type of player he is. I don't know why, but he's an aggressive player, great defender. It wasn't a flagrant foul, but the thing at the end, the mocking was a little bit too much. But the action itself, he was just trying to get over the screen. The action itself wasn't a flagrant. But another great performance by Devin Booker. Although Patrick Beverley did play some good defense on Devin Booker and Chris Paul throughout this game, D-Book still had a pretty good game, especially in the first half. Second half was kind of iffy. And one thing I want to talk about is the difference in pace when Cam Payne is in the game and Chris Paul's in the game. And in that first half, when Cam Payne got in the game, they were in transition, fast. A little layup for Cam Johnson is just so quick, and that's what gave them that 2-0 lead with Cam Johnson getting 29-9 and being fast. D-Book having 40 in the first game. When Chris Paul comes in the game, it's just everything is just a little bit slower. You know what I'm saying? And although Chris Paul is a great player, I just noticed that a lot, and I think they should just give Cam Payne a little bit more minutes because I think he impacts the game, especially pace-wise, for the Suns team. Cam Johnson, oh my goodness, Cam Johnson was huge this game. It felt like he was doing everything. At one point, he was perfect from the field, 11 points, doing everything, playing decent defense. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Cam Johnson because he had a really, really good game. Mikal Bridges has to play better. Jay Crowder has to hit more threes. And stop complaining about fouls, Jay Crowder, when you hit shot bro in the arm. Like, you hit him. Man, oh man, I hate when they do that. Like, bro, you literally slapped bro's arm and the ball went out of his hands. And you talking about, oh no. Paul George may get ref the worst out of any superstar. It's close, bro. He be getting fouled for real, and they don't be calling it. He really do be getting fouled. He flops sometimes. He sells the calls at times. But when he just goes up straight and stuff, he don't get no calls, bro. He really don't. I'm noticing that throughout the series. He don't get a lot of calls for real. Another great performance from Tyronn Lue, coaching-wise. Mark Jackson and them were pointing out something. When DeAndre ate, with Zubac being out, I completely forgot about to talk about that. Zubac being out, I thought the rebound was going to be worse, but the gang rebounded the whole game. A lot of guard rebounds by Patrick Beverley with kind of bigs and Morris and Batum and others boxing out. Beverley got a lot of rebounds, it felt like, and they were really, they were like jumping DeAndre Ayton on the boards. It felt like all 5 or 4 of them were down there, and it was just Ayton and maybe Mikal Bridges. So great job by the Clippers rebounding without Zubac, because Zubac was a big rebounder in the previous 3 games. But like I was saying with Tyronn Lue, when Ayton was in the game, they went small with man kind of being the inside man, Marcus Morris, And then when Ayton went out the game and Sark was in the game, they went big with Cousins, Batum, Morris. So it's like he's just doing the opposite. And he was playing chess and checkers. And he outplayed Monty Morris coaching-wise today. Shout out to Tyronn Lue, showing that he's a really, really good coach in this league after getting the tag of just being carried in a player's coach. Being a player's coach, which is what all black coaches are called. They're never X-nose guys. They're never gurus. They're never offensive masterminds. They're always player coaches, or maybe some people get the defensive-minded one tapped on him. But shout out to Tyronn Lue, really big, a great coach once again. I've been really talking about how good he's been coaching this entire playoff run, and I just keep talking about it. I want to keep giving him his flowers because he deserves it. Him taking Rajon Rondo out of the lineup was great too. DeMarcus Cousins was big in this game and killing Dario Saric when he was on him. Dario Saric cannot mess with DeMarcus Cousins. Oh my goodness, DeMarcus Cousins is still a great basketball player. Of course he is. He's skilled and he's big, and he'll always be skilled. He'll forever be skilled. He never played above the rim. I'm not sure why people thought I hope nobody thought that, but I'm not sure why he hasn't been getting more minutes, because he's just really that guy. Shout out to Boogie, man. When he gets his opportunity, he gonna shine with it. He was getting a lot of flack a couple days ago for doing that thing with the free throws, but shout out to him redeeming himself with a big game. I did not talk about Marcus Morris, but one thing the Suns have to stop doing is Marcus Morris, you know what Marcus Morris is going to do. He's either going to shoot the 3 or he's going to get the ball in the short corner, dribble 2 times, jump stop, free throw. And y'all kept letting Devin Booker be on him in the first quarter. And he wanted that matchup every single time. And then when Reggie Jackson still wasn't going off yet, it seemed like every single time Mikal Bridges was watching him. And he just watched him. Boom, 1-2, jump stop, midi from the free throw line. That's his shot. He's gonna shoot that, or he's gonna shoot the fade, or he's gonna shoot a catch and shoot 3. His game is not it's not special. I mean, he's a really good player, but it's very simple. You know what he's gonna do, and they knew exactly what Mook was gonna do before he did it, and he kept shooting it right over him, and they kept letting him do it one-on-one. I have no idea what they were doing with that, and stop letting Devin Booker be switched onto him so easily, because when Mook is on, he's on. And shout out to him performing big with the knee injury. And with Zubac being out, man, this team is just fighting. It's really, really fighting. And one more thing I want to talk about the Clippers is I loved in the first quarter the little pick and roll action they were doing with Man. It's like the small 5, I guess. And it seemed like Man made a good decision every time, passing it out to the 3-point line for a shot every single time when he got on the roll. Kind of like what Draymond Green does when he gets on the roll. Shout out to Man for that. He's had a big time playoff run, and all these guys are stepping up for the Clippers. Man, the Clippers may come back. I'm not sure It'd be really disappointing for Chris Paul, especially if the Clippers win this, bro. That'd be super tough. He may not get this opportunity again. He need to go crazy next game. Chris Paul needs to have a signature game. He's played better today, but he needs to have a signature game. This is his last chance, man. I'm sorry. It seems like it is. I mean, they can maybe come back, but like, this has all turned out perfect for him. All these injuries that's happened at the perfect time. They're playing great. Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Cameron Johnson. We don't know if all these people are coming back. Chris Paul, signature game, next game. Make it happen, bro. But that's all I got for you guys today. If you like this type of content, go and like us up on the page if you haven't already. Do these daily, all the series that I've been doing, starting the Vibes Rewind, Fit and Film, all that type of stuff. Fit and Film is a draft prospect series, and Vibes Rewind is just me rewinding back in time and comparing different things that's happened in the past. My first episode was comparing the 2016 draft against the 2017 draft and seeing which one was better. Great episode, and those are two things I'm doing outside of these post-game recaps, and then just some other random NBA videos. So if you like all that, go and sub to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.